Have you ever felt like a puppet controlled by someone who seems to know exactly which strings to pull? Emotional manipulations are often invisibly woven into the fabric of our daily interactions. In our next exploration, we'll unveil the 5 attitudes that emotional manipulators use to keep their victims under control. These are subtle but incredibly destructive tactics that can wear down your self-esteem and distort your perception of reality. Recognizing these signs isn't just liberating, it's the crucial first step to reclaiming your autonomy. If you're committed to protecting your mental and emotional health, make sure to subscribe to the channel right now. Get ready for a transformative revelation that will empower you to cut the strings and walk freely on the complex stage of human relationships. Emotional manipulators are like skilled illusionists, diverting our attention while they execute their tricks, leaving us doubting our own feelings and thoughts. Their techniques are refined and often camouflaged under the veil of normality, making them hard to detect until we are deeply entangled in their webs. My name is Edward, and today we're going to expose 3 of these manipulative tactics so you can identify them and defend yourself against their insidious influence. The first attitude of an emotional manipulator is victimization. They paint themselves as perpetual victims of circumstances, people, or even their own choices. Behind that mask of helplessness, they hide a clever ability to make others feel sorry and consequently bend their wills to alleviate the perceived suffering of the manipulator. They tell sad stories, exaggerate misfortunes, and often distort facts to gain empathy and control. When you constantly find yourself in the role of savior, you're likely dealing with a manipulator who's playing the victimization game. The second attitude is blame shifting. The manipulator rarely takes responsibility for their negative actions. Instead, they're masters at turning the situation around to make you feel responsible. They're capable of turning their own mistakes into sources of guilt for the victim, suggesting that you are to blame for their negative emotions or failures. This tactic is extremely effective because it instills a sense of obligation and leads the victim to try to fix things, often at the expense of their own needs and feelings. The third manipulative attitude is isolation. Manipulators are skilled at cutting their victims off from their support networks. They can do this through subtle criticisms of the victim's friends and family, exaggerating their flaws, or creating situations that pit them against each other. The goal is to make you doubt those you love and trust, making the manipulator your main or only source of comfort and company. Isolation doesn't happen overnight. It's a gradual, almost imperceptible process that weakens your ability to seek external perspectives and reinforces dependence on the manipulator. These 3 attitudes are just the surface of what emotional manipulators are capable of. They are the foundation upon which manipulators build their control, manipulating not only the circumstances, but the very foundations of their interpersonal relationships. By learning to recognize these attitudes, you're arming yourself with knowledge and the ability to protect yourself against emotional manipulation. Each of these tactics shares a common core. They're designed to destabilize your sense of reality and self-confidence. Victimization makes you doubt your perception of events, blame shifting shakes your self-esteem, and isolation destroys your support network. Together, these strategies form a trap that can seem impossible to escape. But by identifying them, you're already taking the first steps to free yourself. However, an emotional manipulator's repertoire doesn't end there. Now we'll reveal the 2 most destructive attitudes these individuals use to control their victims. These are the most powerful tools in their arsenal and are crucial to understand if you want to break free from their grasp. As we delve into the dark labyrinth of emotional manipulation, it's essential to be armed with knowledge. In the following lines, we'll expose the 2 most destructive attitudes of an emotional manipulator, those they use to solidify their control and keep their victims under their dominion. These are advanced tactics, and understanding how they work is your best defense against them. The 4th attitude is gaslighting, a form of psychological manipulation in which the victim is made to question their own sanity. The manipulator will deny facts, reinterpret memories, and discredit the victim's perceptions, creating a fog of doubt that obscures the truth. They may insist that certain events never happened, or that you're remembering them incorrectly. The goal is to make you trust less in your own memory and perception and more in their version of reality. Over time, gaslighting can erode your confidence in your ability to discern the truth, making you more dependent on the manipulator to define what is real. The fifth and perhaps most devastating attitude is alienation. While isolation seeks to cut you off from external support, alienation goes a step further, aiming to destroy your identity and sense of self. The manipulator will make you question your beliefs, values, and everything you consider the essence of your being. They can do this through constant criticism, ridicule of your feelings, and disdain for your opinions. The technique of alienation is insidious because it turns your convictions and self-image into something negotiable, something the manipulator can mold to their will. Faced with these powerful manipulative attitudes, it's natural to feel overwhelmed. However, awareness is the first tool you have to free yourself. Recognizing these behaviors is the first crucial step to setting boundaries and initiating the process of emotional detoxification. How can you protect yourself against these advanced manipulation tactics? The first step is to trust your own experience. When someone tries to distort your reality, trust your memories, feelings, and perceptions. The second is to strengthen your support network. Stay connected with friends, family, and professionals who can offer external perspectives and validate your reality. Finally, strengthen your sense of identity. Invest time in getting to know yourself, your values, and beliefs, so that no one can make you doubt who you are. This video is not just an exposition of the strategies of an emotional manipulator, but also a call to action. It's an invitation to reaffirm your right to a life free from manipulations and full of authenticity. If you've recognized yourself in any of the scenarios described, or if you found yourself facing such attitudes, know that there are ways to break free from that harmful dynamic. Together, we've uncovered the dark tactics of emotional manipulators and how they can imprison your life, but there's more to learn. Click on the video indicated on the screen to continue this journey of personal empowerment. And if you value these revelations, subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any content that could be a beacon in the fog of emotional manipulation. Join us in this mission of emotional self-defense and personal growth.